Leaders, where are you? I'm going to have both of my devices so I can make sure I can see you all, make sure you all are commenting and that you are with me. So stop, do not scroll past this video before I get the opportunity to tell you why my theme song used to be, I don't want to be a player no more. Do not touch that dial. Song used to be, I don't want to be a player no more. Do not touch that dial. I think I see Mika and Lillian with me. Woohoo! All right, before we get started, I want you all to get your popcorn ready, get your cookies and your coffee and your snacks. I have my coffee. And I want you to tag about 10 women bosses. As a matter of fact, leaders, I want you to tag any woman that you know who has lost a man before. If you know a woman who has ever had a breakup or lost a man before, I need you to tag that woman tonight. All right, I have Apostle Jonathan Ferguson playing in the background. Are y'all ready to go? I need to know. Let me see some hearts and some comments if you have shared this video. All right, just in case this is the first time you are seeing me, I am Janae Walker, the Leaders Coach, and I help women educators and women entrepreneurs to get the promotion they desire. So y'all, I'm coming out of the box real strong tonight. So if you all came for the juice, I mean, I'm not gonna tease you. I'm not gonna make you wait to the end of the video. I'm putting it all out on the table like right now. Matter of fact, I think I better turn Apostle down while I share this juice with you all. So go ahead and share right now as I get started. So the story is vulnerable, it's funny, but it's also vulnerable at the same time. But I think that this is a safe space, and I think that my secret is safe with you all because you're other powerful women leaders who have been through things with men before. So I really feel like I can share this with you on tonight. So when I was in college, my boyfriend cheated on me again. And instead of me breaking up with him or leaving him, I did the next best thing. Me and my bestie, we packed up our car and we took a ride from Augusta, Georgia to Savannah Beach. Now, it was one of those weekends, you know, like maybe spring break or one of those things when all the people were gathered together at the beach and it was like party season, okay? So, you know, me and my bestie, you know, we were cute and I'm still cute. And we met these guys and they were really cute. And my guy happened to be cuter than my best friend's guy. And he was about 6'4". He had the curly hair. It was a low cut haircut because they both were in the service, right? And so, but this is the kicker, you all. He had green eyes. I think I'm gonna pause and just take a sip of my coffee. Just take a sip. So, we walked on the beach with them. We ate with them. We hung out for the weekend, and then when it was time for us to come back to Augusta, we exchanged phone numbers when we left. And I just can't take the suspense, you all. I got to pause for a minute just to see if y'all are giving me some hearts. If you all are saying anything about this story so far. Hey, Nika, it's good to see you. Okay, so meanwhile, as the story progresses, I'm back on the yard now like I never left. And it's a weekend, and me and my bestie, we have some plans. Now, keep in mind, I had a boyfriend, right? Don't forget that caveat. But our two new friends that we met in Savannah, they want to come up to Augusta for the weekend. Cues the music, I Don't Want to Be a Player No More. So let's just pretend that song by Joe is playing in the background right now, right? I don't want to be a player no more. All right. Okay, that's just pretend that is playing faintly in the background. So obviously I was a lousy player because my college boyfriend who cheated on me was obviously a lousy player too, right? Because I found out. But he lived off campus, you all. And he was calling me like a maniac. And I guess I was being too distant and too evasive. So what do you think happened next? I'm just going to pause just for a quick second so you can type in the comments what you think happened next. He's calling me. I'm not answering. I'm being evasive. I'm being distant because I have plans to meet up with the other guy. Okay, so my ex-boyfriend rides his bicycle to the campus. Yes, I said bicycle. He rides his bike to the campus. You are exactly right, Nika. He rides up to the campus. So, of course, I had made up a lie and told him that me and my best friend were going to drive to Waycross for the weekend because the two guys were coming up to see us. So if I told him I was going to be in Waycross, then I thought the coast would be clear for me to hang out with my guy and my best friend to hang out with the other guy, right? So I'm standing outside talking to my new friend, and my best friend is right next to me with her new friend. And you all, my boyfriend rides up. I'm doing like this, but it was more like this. He rides up on the campus on the bicycle, and I am busted, right? So me and my bestie left the two guys standing there, and we jump in my red Sprint, because I want y'all to get a visual of this. We jump in my red Sprint. So let's just say when you tell a lie, you might have to play that lie all the way through. So I say to my boyfriend, where are you going? He looking like, yeah, what's up? What's going on around here? What's up? Right? Because he was real country, y'all. He was hilarious. And he's like, yeah, what's going on? It's just being loud. And I'm like, shh, what are you doing? I told you that we were getting ready to go to Waycross. And you know what he says? He says, let's go. I'm looking at my best friend and I'm too ashamed to look over at the guys, right? But I'm looking at my best friend like, oh my gosh. So he says, let's go. Well, the three of us got in my red Sprint with no luggage, obviously, because we had no intentions of going to Waycross. Please tell me if y'all are following me right now. And you all, we literally drove 4 hours to Waycross, Georgia for this fake vacation at my parents' house. But before I pulled off from the campus, I looked in my rearview mirror and I gazed at those green eyes, and I knew that I would never look into those green eyes again. I lost that man that day. And that was the moment that I decided that I didn't want to be a player no more. Y'all, I'm not going to be laughing at my own story. I need y'all to at least send up some likes, some hearts, or some laughs. You all, is that hilarious? All right. So are you all ready to dive in the teaching for tonight? I want to talk to you tonight about how to overcome destructive mindsets and how I had to fight with everything in me to overcome destructive mindsets. But before I share my 2 tips with you tonight, I want you to pause just for a quick second and share this video. If you haven't, go ahead and do that right now, right before I give you the first tip. So we're going to talk about how to overcome destructive mindsets tonight. And the first tip, have you all shared? Go ahead and let me know right now if you shared. Just do #share. So the first tip is to identify your limiting beliefs. Yes, Chantel, you got to go back. That story is hilarious. All right, the first tip that I want to give you tonight for overcoming those destructive mindsets that are holding us back from purpose and holding us back from destiny is to identify your limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. Y'all, I had so many limiting beliefs. One of my limiting beliefs was that I had to stay in a relationship with a man who couldn't be faithful to me, right? That was one of my limiting beliefs because as you can see from my story, I didn't leave him. I kept him, but I did the next thing because this is the next limiting belief I had. I believed that if a man acted jealous, that he loved me. Y'all don't leave me hanging. Tell me if that's one of your limiting beliefs. Did you used to, in your immature days, think that if a man acted like he was jealous of you, that meant he really loved you? Because even though my boyfriend in the scenario cheated on me, when he rode up on that bicycle, you all, and he was like claiming his territory, like what's going on around here? Tell me, what you doing? What you doing? On the inside of me, I'm serious. I was like in my 20s. I really believe like, okay, he is a fool, but he's my fool. He's a fool, but he really loves me. Because anytime a guy gets on their bicycle and they ride their bicycle to find you, they must really loved you. That was a limiting belief for me to think that a man acting like that after he cheated on me, loved me. That was a limiting belief. I believed that in order to avoid that feeling of being rejected, like if somebody that you really loved, they cheated on you, you were faithful to them, you really loved them, but they cheated on you and you weren't really ready to let the relationship go, so you stayed. Well, I believe that if I found me somebody on the side that I may not love, but I might like a little bit, but if I kept them there on the side in the cut, that would save me from getting my feelings really hurt, right? So I could stay with the person that I love, but I could have friends on the side. That was a limiting belief. My. Y'all better let me know if y'all with me, because I'm putting all my stuff on the table tonight. Y'all know these are unheard of stories. I don't even think I've shared these stories with my business bestie. Whew. Right? So the thing about limiting beliefs, leaders, those beliefs constrain us in some way, right? Those beliefs kept me with a man who really wasn't the man for me. You all, I spent quite a few years of my college life with this man who didn't love me. I got ring after ring after ring from this man, but it didn't amount to anything. So when you have limiting beliefs, they constrain you in some way. And so another thing about limiting beliefs is they really become like a regular part of your mindset. So much so that you don't even know that the beliefs are limiting you. They're just there. They're like a part of your regular thought process. We don't even think, we just believe what we believe. We don't even consider new beliefs. We don't even consider alternative ideas. And limiting beliefs, they keep you from seeing different opportunities, because there could have been a guy who was serious about me, who was ready for marriage, even during those college days, but I couldn't see that as an opportunity because I had these limiting beliefs that what I was involved in was really and truly love. They keep you from seeing your gifts and your talents. See, I didn't know what all I brought to the table, obviously. I didn't really realize the power that I had. I couldn't really see that because my limiting beliefs were blinding me about who I really and truly was as a woman, right? Limiting beliefs, they keep you from receiving real love, right? It was a facade of love. It was a guise of love, but it wasn't really true love. Even though he was an amazing man, I don't want to take anything from him. He was a remarkable man, but he wasn't capable of loving me at that time. And so you all, this is the revelation that I got when I was studying this and preparing this for you all tonight. Just because it's your belief, that doesn't make it the truth. I want y'all to type that in the comment section, just in case the people who come on after you and watch the replay, that they don't really get that, what I just said. I want you to type that right now. Just because it's your belief, it doesn't make it the truth. Some of us are holding on to some crazy beliefs that contradict every bit of the real truth. So I want you to think about you deeply today. I've been talking about my stuff. I've been putting my stuff on the table, but I want you to think about you really deeply today. What's been holding you back? And you don't even know it's been holding you back. See, you're going to have to break the barriers off your mind tonight in order for you to dig a little bit deeper about your mindset. Have there been some opportunities for you to grow your business, but you haven't taken those opportunities because of your mindset? See, in your mind, you're thinking that because I'm just starting my business and that I'm just in my first month of business and that I only have 200 followers so far, I really can't grow my business. That is a limiting belief. Have you allowed some traumatic event that has happened in your life to paralyze you and to cause you to be stuck in your purpose and to keep you from moving forward in your destiny? Something happened to you, you failed on your job, you hurt yourself on your job, and the people on the job have been mistreating you, and the legal system hasn't been supporting you, and you've just been paralyzed in your situation. The way you think about it, the way you're viewing it is a limiting belief. Have you stayed single or in an abusive marriage or relationship because of limiting beliefs? See, I have so many different children from so many different dads, and nobody's ever gonna love me, so I might as well stay here with this person, even though they're mistreating me. That is a limiting belief. Have you heard something from the doctor? A diagnosis, maybe he's giving you a really bad report, and that report has you stuck. All you can see in your mind are the symptoms and the outcomes, which may lead to death. And you can't even receive the report of the Lord because you choose to believe what the doctor says, and those beliefs are limiting you. One example of a limiting belief is that your happiness is depending on someone else. Now, y'all might think that doesn't apply to you, but let me make it plain for you. You all, when Facebook first started a long time ago, when I first came on the Facebook scene, you all, I was doing it, right? I was doing the thing. I was showing up every day, starting my little ministry. In addition to that, I was making sure everybody knew that Boo was my boo. So I was posting a few pictures of Boo too. I'm just saying, just trying to let them know he's mine. I didn't say I was all the way delivered and all the way mature, you all. So I was doing my ministry, but I was also letting the women know that Boo was mine. Y'all better send up some laughs. So here I was bold. I was doing my ministry. I was putting my post out there, and it didn't matter to me how many people liked. If anybody said anything, I was doing me, but something shifted in me. I don't recall the moment. You know how you can look back on your seasons in life and just kind of reflect on the moment when something changed. So I don't really recall the moment that it shifted for me, but something shifted, and all of a sudden I just became conscientious of myself and the fact that I wasn't getting many likes and that I wasn't getting any followers. And so it seemed like on the inside of me that there was a desperate, silent plea. A plea to be accepted, a plea to be liked by other people, a plea on the inside of me to be followed. And it really made me unhappy that I wasn't getting any attention. My. Another limiting belief is that you have to earn the right to be worthy of love. I see y'all still laughing at me. The boy is mine. Monica and Brandy. No, he's mine. He's mine. He's mine. Okay, I digress. Y'all, don't y'all get me distracted. I'm supposed to be playing Apostle Jonathan Ferguson. Don't make me start singing those songs, those carnal songs, Cortisha. All right. So another limiting belief is that you have to earn the right to be worthy of love. Is that your limiting belief? Come on, somebody, don't leave me hanging. So listen, you all, I have the gift of giving. I want to make this plain to you all. God had all these apostles and prophets to come and confirm that was one of my gifts, that I really and truly am a giver. That's what I do, right? But let me tell you how that gift can be dangerous if it's combined with a spirit of rejection. So if you have a limiting belief that you've got to earn somebody's love, and then next to that, you have the gift of giving, what will happen is you'll give everything you have away, including your body and sometimes your soul, and take all kinds of mess from a man, right? Staying in relationships when the guy's cheating on you, mistreating you, emotionally abusing you. I was in a relationship before where the guy wouldn't even say, I love you. He knew that I needed to hear that from him. I would tell him I love him, but he would withhold saying he loved me back. Emotional abuse. But I stayed and I gave everything because I wanted reciprocity. I wanted his love and affection in return. Be careful when you say, I'm just giving and I don't want anything in return. My daddy always taught me that anytime we do something for somebody else, whether it's a good motive or a bad motive, we always have a motive. And the motive in my heart was I wanted to be loved. So you've got to be careful of a limiting belief that you have to earn somebody else's love. And in all my past relationships, I gave and gave and gave so much. So some other examples of limiting beliefs that are associated with your promotion and with your wealth are your worth. You have a limiting belief about how valuable you are and what you bring to the table. Because I was raped, because I was molested, because I have 5 children, because I'm divorced, because I'm a single mom, you've taken those things and you've placed a value on yourself because of the things that have happened to you. and the things that you have done. So you have limiting beliefs about those things. You have limiting beliefs about your ability to follow through. As I coach you all leaders, I hear you. I see your comments. I hear, the low self-esteem that's in your voice. I hear it, that's in your heart. When you say, I'm not a person who follows through. Be careful what you say. That is a limiting belief. When you say about your ability to finish projects, that I start projects, but I don't finish projects, that is a limiting belief. When you say this about your expertise, well, I'm not really an expert in business. Be careful. That is a limiting belief. When you say this about your perfection, well, I'm not perfect. I've got things going on in my life behind the scenes that nobody really knows about. I don't have all the things. So why would someone buy from me? Or why would someone hire me to coach them? Because I don't have all the things and I don't have everything going for myself. Be careful. That is a limiting belief. And so now I want to pause just for a second. And I want you to, in your mind, think about what are some of your limiting beliefs. And if you're bold enough, if you're transparent enough, go ahead and make another woman leader feel good and share some of your limiting beliefs in the comments right now. But what I really want you to do for your homework tonight is make a list about what you believe about love, what you believe about money, what you believe about promotion. All right? Love, money, and promotion. Do you have any limiting beliefs? I want you to identify those. And I'm going to give you a moment right now to share this video. If you haven't already, we have one more tip that I want to share tonight. One more tip. All right, so I'm pausing right here to give you an opportunity to put in a comment one of your limiting beliefs. And I want you to share this video right now. Okay, that's really good, Kertisha. I'm not versed enough. My goodness, my goodness. Somebody shared a word with me just last night where God said that I will be your mouthpiece. I will put the words in your mouth that you need to say. Just like he's doing me right now. I put all these notes on my paper, but I have digressed from these notes so many times because he will put the words in your mouth. All right, all right. And that he couldn't use you on a large platform. When we already know that, who was it that prayed the prayer? Enlarge my territory, right? Jabez, even though his name meant something that was really horrible, right? Even though he could be identified as a person to cause his mama pain, he believed that God would enlarge his territory. So if you have seen yourself on a large platform, then believe that God will give you that large platform. My. All right, so are you ready for tip number 2? I want you to type it when I say it. Tip number 1, identify the limiting beliefs. And tip number 2 is, now I want you to dig deep, you all. I want you to identify the origin of these limiting beliefs. Where in the world did these paradigms and these beliefs that we have in our mindsets, where did they come from? So this is going to require you to do some soul searching. So how do you really get to the root of your limiting beliefs? You got to snuff those things out. Because some of us might even be in denial that we don't have any limiting beliefs, right? All you got to do is look at your life. Are you where you want to be? Are you where you know you're supposed to be? And if not, there could be some limiting beliefs that are lurking in your mindset. So you've got to snuff them out. So where can you find your limiting beliefs? You can find those beliefs in the places that you're the least productive. I'm going to pause because I want y'all to type that. You can find your limiting beliefs in the places that you are the least productive. When you identify those places, the next thing you do is you start asking yourself some questions about that place. What do you say about yourself in that context? Let me help you. Lord, have mercy. I already prayed, y'all, that if my future husband is somewhere looking at this video right now, that he won't let all these transparent moments that I'm having right now with y'all hinder him from coming to find me. I need y'all to touch and agree with me on that, because I'm putting all my business on the table. If my husband is somewhere in the cut looking at this video, Lord, don't let what I'm saying tonight hinder him, because I'm a new creature. All right. So one of the places in my past that wasn't very productive, notice I said in my past. Let me sip some coffee. I'm going to have to sip some coffee. One of the places in my past that I wasn't very productive in was in my relationships, right? So now I've identified the place where I was the least productive. Now I've got to ask myself, why weren't my relationships successful? Okay, so now I'm asking myself questions about that place where I was the least productive. Are y'all with me right now? So in order for me to assess my limiting beliefs, I've got to ask myself, why didn't those relationships work out? When they ended, what was I thinking? All right, these are some of my thoughts. So I don't know if you've ever heard of something called a stream of consciousness, but when I was teaching like American literature, there was a concept that I taught to my 11th grade students that's called a stream of consciousness. It was actually a writer's technique where the writer would just write down things that they were thinking. And the piece of literature that they wrote would actually represent their stream of consciousness, what they were thinking in that moment. And so when I asked myself the question, why didn't my relationships with dudes work out? Because, you know, I could put the blame on all of them because, hey, I am a queen, right? I am a daughter of the Most High, right? So I could put it all on them, right? But I asked myself seriously, why didn't things work out? And these were some of my streams of consciousness. Are y'all ready? Maybe she is a better person than I am. Maybe I'm not good enough. This breakup is too embarrassing. The whole town knows that we're not together anymore. Was I not enough for him? I'm not enough. I thought he loved me. Will I ever love again? I'm a single mother. Fear, rejection, mental blocks, lack of confidence in myself, insecurity. If I go back and I analyze each one of those thoughts that I had in my stream of consciousness, they are associated with a limiting belief. So when I said maybe she is a better person than I am, I was starting to believe something about myself. If a relationship ended and a guy ended up with somebody else, that there was some type of hidden competition between me and the other woman, that her success with him indicated that I was a failure. When I said that this breakup is too embarrassing, that indicated a limiting belief that I cared about what other people thought about me. My. I want you all to do this same exercise. Where else can you find limiting beliefs? This is the second place you can find limiting beliefs. You can find limiting beliefs where something traumatic has happened to you. Has anything traumatic happened to you? Like in my childhood, when the kids used to pick on me and tell me how ugly I was, there developed some limiting beliefs. That was traumatic for me. You might think, oh, I wouldn't care about that, but I was so young and I was so impressionable, and they picked on me every single day. And so limiting beliefs developed there in that traumatic situation. When I resigned from my job in 2016, it was a blessing and it was trauma at the same time. And if I reflect back on that situation that happened, that caused me to make that decision, right, that I knew was a God decision, because he had been showing me that I was coming out of the system, but I didn't want to come out of the system like that. It was a traumatic event for me. And so I began to ask myself the question, what do you think about that situation, Janae? And I started saying in my stream of consciousness, will I still be considered a leader by others outside of the school system? Do I even really still believe that I'm a leader because I don't work for a system anymore? Will people think that I'm credible now since I don't have those titles that I used to have because I was in a pretty high position? Am I too old to start all over again? I can't do this. So right there in that traumatic situation that's happened in your childhood, when your dad walked away from the family, when you were shifted from foster care to foster care, when your big cousin molested you, somebody in your family, so it was incest and molestation at the same time, when you were raped, right? When you contracted the sexually transmitted disease, those traumatic events, they probably are the root to some of your limiting beliefs. Other places that limiting beliefs originate from will be from your parents. My son tells me all the time, Mama, it's because of you that I believe this, right? I think that maybe a scarcity or a lack or a poverty mentality or some of my beliefs associated with that may have originated from my parents. Some of our limiting beliefs come from teachers or from ex-lovers or from coaches that we've had or from preachers. So you have to get to the root of the limiting beliefs. Where did these beliefs of mine come from? I have beliefs that I've never even questioned. I just took those beliefs to be my truth. But go back to that statement. Just because you believe it doesn't make it true. So if you've been unproductive in the area of money, I want you to begin to ask yourself questions about money so you can find your limiting beliefs. If you've been unproductive at work, I want you to start to ask yourself questions and do that stream of consciousness activity and find out where those limiting beliefs that are associated with your job, where they're coming from. At this time, I want you to share this video. If you have not shared it, share it right now. So tonight I have given you 2 tips. I've given you 2 tips for overcoming a destructive mindset of limiting beliefs. I want you to type that if you understood the lesson for tonight. I have given you 2 tips for how to overcome the destructive mindset of limiting beliefs. Here are the 2 tips again. Identify your limiting beliefs and then identify the root cause or the origin of those beliefs. And so even though we've solved that problem for tonight, I've given you 2 tips. Tomorrow, I want to address avoidance behavior, because everything we learned tonight will just go right out the window if all of this was too overwhelming for you. If you literally just shut down and try to avoid the discomfort that can be caused by confronting those limiting beliefs, if you shut down and begin to avoid those things because it's uncomfortable for you, then everything you learn tonight will be null and void. So you have to come back tomorrow for the second lesson. You can't stop here at identifying your limiting beliefs and identifying the root cause of those beliefs. You've got to come back for tomorrow. And if that doesn't help you, listen, if this is you, or if this is similar to you, you know that you have to come back. And you can just raise a hand. It's okay for you to say amen. If this is you, you know that you deserve a long overdue raise. You know that you deserve an increase. And you really want to dominate outside of your local business and your city, but you can't seem to get out of your own head to really see how amazing you are and how powerful you are. You need to come back tomorrow. If you look at her and say, what is it about her? Why is it that she keeps getting promoted? Why is it that she has a huge following and I don't? You need to come back tomorrow. If you feel like your financial situation hasn't changed since a very long time, then you need to come back tomorrow. If the thought of trying to do anything else, because you've tried, I don't know how many MLMs, you've tried, I don't know how many businesses, and they're just not working for you financially, and you're like, what in the world is going on? I can't imagine doing another thing. You need to come back tomorrow. If you've been struggling financially year after year and you feel guilty about asking God for wealth and riches because the church said that you're not supposed to be wealthy and you have made a vow to poverty, you definitely need to come back tomorrow. And so finally, for the last time, I'm asking you to share this video. Share this video. I need to see you back tomorrow. And if you haven't signed up for my blueprint with the 3 secrets to help you get your mind and your money back, I don't know what's going on with you. I have put it out there. I put my link out there. As a matter of fact, Nika or somebody, will you type in www.jenewalker.com for me so that link can be there. If you haven't signed up for that guide, so you can get your guide and your 3 video series to help you get your mind and your money back, I don't know what you're waiting on, but you need to go ahead and do that right now. And so I hope that this lesson has tickled you. And I hope that you feel like you have learned something on tonight. If you don't mind, just let me know one thing that you learned on tonight. And so I'm going to look away from the screen and look over here at the comments so I can kind of hear from you all. And then we're going to close it out for tonight. Thank you so much, Chantel. Thank you, Kertisha. Thank you, Nika. Oh, I'm so glad, and Jeanette, you all are here with me. Hey, Mia, so good to see you. You all know I'm going to be sharing some more of my juice tomorrow. I really believe that God allowed me to go through some of that foolishness that I went through because I wasn't going to be afraid to share some of my things with you so that you can be blessed and so that you can be set free. Like, I'm not afraid anymore to be transparent as God leads me to share stories of my life. As a matter of fact, I feel like I need to have a memoir coming out because y'all, if I put all this stuff in a book, my, y'all think y'all were tickled and entertained and set free tonight. Whew. My. I think I'm waiting on God to get my mama and my daddy ready for that. Because right now, I don't think they want to read some of the stuff that their daughter did and some of the stuff that their daughter went through. Yeah, he's got to get their minds right. Got to get them their minds right. Because she said, baby, don't you be on that Facebook telling all your business. That is not of God. All right. Y'all know I had to tell you one more time. Hey, Victoria, I love you. Hey, my queen, you gotta go back to the beginning. You gotta go back. My. I don't know what I did. I made the comments go away. All right. Mia, you have unrealized and deeply hidden limiting beliefs. Look here, I believe that is the first step to your deliverance, Mia. The fact that you realize tonight that you have some deeply hidden ones, that means that God is bringing them to the surface right now. I talked to an amazing woman on last night, and she was telling me that she was having some struggles, and God clearly told me that he wanted her to be quiet, not to seek any wisdom or counsel from anybody, but get in a space and just be quiet, and that he was going to speak to her. You all, God is so faithful that he answered her today. She has already sent me a text where she was laid flat. She said he began to speak to her and answer her suddenly today. Listen, it doesn't take him all year long. When you are obedient, he will reveal the secrets and the mysteries and the hidden things to you. So just get with him, Mia. Just get with him. He is sovereign, and he will let you know what's going on with you. He'll bring them all to the surface so that you can get your deliverance from those things, so you can receive your healing from those things, so that you can begin to dominate as a leader. You, Mia, were created to be a legendary leader. And it's time out for secrets and mysteries and hidden about the things, hidden things on the inside of you. It's time for you to birth what God has for you. It's time in this season. And so he's going to allow it to be manifested suddenly, just like he did for the powerful woman on yesterday. Amen, amen, amen. All right, y'all. I don't want it to go too long. It's been 45 minutes, because that 45 minutes will intimidate your typical replay viewer, right? They could be like, 45 minutes? Nobody have time for 45 minutes. Y'all better pray over those people, because they need to get this word. I'm trying to tell you. I love you all. And you all, listen, go ahead and mark your calendar. You know, this is a 3-day series, October 1st, October 2nd, October 3rd. I can't wait to see what God has for you all on tomorrow. Leaders, listen, this is our season. We are being unleashed to do some amazing, great, I'm talking about not just local and regional things, not just things in the walls of our business, but you all, we are about to dominate across the nation and across nations. Receive it, receive it, receive it on tonight. All right. God bless you all. Thanks so much for being here. Love you.